On Larry King Now, Jay Pharoah.
My agents definitely reached out to me and they told me that Steven Soderbergh had this film and it's a cool project and he would like you to be a part of it.
Why did he want you?
He pinpointed it. Matt Damon had shown him the Denzel and Will Smith video I did like back in 2010.
You were 6 seasons on Saturday Night Live. Was it a pressure cooker to work on that show?
Of course, man. You have to audition for your job every week. So for instance, if I start doing Eddie Murphy, I gotta clear my throat for this one, man. I can't just, go into Eddie Murphy, I gotta clear my throat.
I mean, now it's like this. I mean, that's, they could say it's dead on. Now, I don't know if they're going to, but I mean, I believe.
Yeah, I'm doing it, I'm looking at you, and I'm talking like Denzel, and it's the face, it's the attitude, it's everything that we got.
Plus, do you do white people?
I do white people.
I do Michael Caine. How good do you know Michael Caine?
All next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now. Our guest today is comedian, actor, musician Jay Pharoah, known for his many indelible characters on Saturday Night Live, as well as White Famous, Ride Along, and his stand-up specials. Jay stars in Unsane, opposite Claire Foy. The Steven Soderbergh thriller is in theaters now. This is a departure for you.
A departure.
How did you get this part in Unsane?
Well, my agents definitely reached out to me and they told me that Steven Soderbergh had this film and it's a cool project and he would like you to be a part of it. And I was like, word? So if that's the case, then you don't say no to Soderbergh. So, I'm a fan. All the Oceans.
So you didn't know what the part was about?
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was, but I got the script, I read it, and then Soderbergh called me on the phone and then that's where he's like, you have a dramatic side I want to show the world. And I said,
how did he know that, and why did he want you?
He pinpointed it. Matt Damon had shown him the Denzel and Will Smith video I did like back in 2010, and they were on the set, and he was just like, man, I gotta work with him somehow. And I don't know, maybe from that's where he saw the drama.
And you play who?
I play Nate.
Who
I am a friend to Claire Foy. Basically, Nate is the light in this dark tunnel. He's trying to help Claire navigate her time through this mental institution.
What's it like to work with Claire Foy?
Claire Foy is, man, she's a firecracker, man. Like when I say a firecracker, I mean talent-wise. Like she just brings the level of the level of professionalism, and she brings your chops out more, just like watching her. Me being an impressionist, I'm watching, I'm like, ooh, that was good.
Adam Rodriguez, who was in Magic Mike, said that Steven Soderbergh is surprisingly collaborative.
Definitely. That experience was unmatched, man. When we're filming it, he's got this iPhone, he's shooting it.
He shoots it with an iPhone.
Shoots it with an iPhone. And then he invites us to his hotel room to watch the movie. And he's cutting it as we're on set. It's insane. I had never experienced anything like that.
Did you ask him why an iPhone?
I trust his instincts. It wasn't like, hey, Soderbergh, man, what you do that for? Like, what do I know? I'm just...
Were you happy with the finished result?
Yeah, I was happy. I was happy with it. Me, man, seeing myself on camera, I'm always like, ooh, hey, I'm not that appealing to the eye. But, I mean...
You still look at yourself that way?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I do. I stand, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Ooh, yeah, that was a good shot. So, yeah, it was cool. It was just cool seeing everything. And then I went to the movie. I've seen it, and I sat in there with people and, incognito, had my hat on, and I was sitting there like this. And every time my character came on screen, just seeing the comfort level of everyone, it made me feel so good. And they were laughing and they were connected to my character.
You were 6 seasons on Saturday Night Live,
yes,
and
sir.
I guess you're always going to be associated with that, good or bad.
I mean, it's good, man. That's my family. It's definitely it's a training camp for comedians. it's like college. You go there, you get your skills up, and after you're done with it, you can do whatever you want to do.
And you stay in touch with cast members?
Yeah, definitely. Taryn, Bobby, and Vanessa, definitely. I talked to Pete.
When you left the show, did you leave because you were criticizing it?
No. I mean, it was literally, I was looking for next steps of what to do. Because you get someplace, you're like, okay, how long should I be here till I'm trying to get to the next step? And like I said, like SNL was a positive experience for me, man. Like they're still my family, and I still.
But were you critical of its lack of diversity?
I mean, things were said earlier in the 2000 or late 2013 about the show and wishing there were more people of color on the show. But I mean, we ended up getting Michael Caine, Leslie Jones, Sashir Zameda. So I think everything kind of worked out. And then seeing the amount of POC hosts that they have now it's really cool too.
So they made a lot of strides.
Yeah, maybe. I just sometimes I need to.
Was it keep quiet? Was it a pressure cooker to work on that show?
Of course, man. You have to audition for your job every week. I mean, Larry, if you had to audition for this every week, man, that's...
No, that would be...
takes a toll.
You mean they're that on top of you?
Yeah, man. And you know what? You can have a full show until Saturday. And then all of a sudden...
they cut scenes out, right?
Then you don't have a show, and you have to go on the stage and smile and wave to you. Hey, Mom. You got to do that, you know?
Our guest is comedian actor Jay Pharoah. He's one of the stars of Unsane. It's in theaters now. We'll talk about the art of impression and his new hip-hop album right after the break. Stay with us. We're back with Jay Pharoah. You're not related to the Pharaoh of Egypt.
I could be.
From years ago.
Got to go to Ancestry.com.
Because Moses would have spoken to one of your ancestors.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Let my people go.
We know Moses. Moses is dope, man. Splitting water and everything.
You're famous for impressions. Did you do that as a child? Did you imitate your teachers?
Yes, I did, man. I was in so much trouble with them. The kids loved it. Like, the teacher would leave the classroom and I'd get up in front of everybody and I'd do them.
At family, you did family members?
I did family members as well. It's funny though, man, because my mom and my dad didn't realize that I could imitate for real until I was like 15, 16. Now, my uncles and my fam, everybody else knew it because I would do it around them. I was so shy around my parents.
What makes a good imitator?
Well, being able to fully morph into that person, actually becoming that individual, and you not being able to see yourself anymore. You've seen people who have done that, definitely in film as well. I mean, Heath Ledger does that. Well, he did it perfectly and to his end. I mean, it was a great performance. But sad that he actually lost his life in the process. Jamie Foxx, when he did Ray, he totally, I make it do what it do, baby. Like you didn't see Jamie anymore.
Right.
It's an art. You have to become that person.
I've interviewed some Frank Gorshin in the past who said it's not so much the voice as it is the attitude.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so for instance, if I start doing Eddie Murphy, I gotta clear my throat for this one, man. I can't just, go into Eddie Murphy. I gotta clear my throat and I gotta start, and then all of a sudden, I just start turning into the person. And this with the eyes as well, Larry. It's all about the eyes. The switching around, and you have to, study. Hey, and then the fingers. You get the fingers down. Fingers are a very important thing, Larry. Just like this, like yours, for instance. You sit when you do this. You sit like this, and so it's like it's an embodiment.
Attitude.
Yeah, it's attitude.
What was Obama like to do? Was he hard?
Obama took me a minute to get it down right. Before I got SNL, I was kind of doing it through my nose. And Steve Higgins, I think he's still on the show, producer. He taught me how to do the impression with more of my throat, and that kind of made it better. Now
now it's like this. I mean, that's they could say it's dead on. Now, I don't know if they're going to, but I mean, I believe it is. And Obama, he was such a good dude. You know, I just wanted to make sure I got it right because at the time when I did it, he was the most powerful man in the world.
Do you do white people?
I do white people.
What white person? Give me a white person.
I mean, who you want to see, man? You want to see Jason Statham? What do you want to see?
Who?
Jason Statham, the superhero guy. You want to see Michael Caine? Who you want to see? Arnold
do Michael
Schwarzenegger?
Caine?
I do Michael Caine. See, I see. Nobody.
Oh wow!
Nobody knew it, Larry. I do Michael.
Know
Caine.
him well.
You know him. You know how? Wait a minute. Okay. How good do you know Michael Caine? Is it this good, or is it like, do you all hang out too much then? Maybe you do. Maybe you go places and have pina coladas.
Very good. Are you working on anyone right now?
Let's see here. I got a lot that I just sporadically do. I have over 200. So
Really?
yeah, it's real.
Is
messed
there
up in
someone you couldn't get?
In the beginning, it was more like Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel Washington, but those now are pretty good, especially Denzel.
Let me hear Denzel.
You've seen my Denzel, right? You've had to see my Denzel, Larry.
Let me hear it.
Oh, you want me to do it right now? See, I'm doing it. I'm looking at you, and I'm talking like Denzel, and it's the face, it's the attitude, it's everything that we got. That's what it is, Larry.
Boy, you got him down.
Boom. There it is.
All right, tell me about this hip-hop album.
Hip-hop album. It's called The Silver Screen. Miles Williams, my producer, he's done a lot, man. He worked on Beyonce's record, Drake,
Have you completed it? Have you done it?
I'm almost done, but it's just I have so much, like I'm doing so much. I'm trying to devote like a good pocket of time to just do all the videos and the visuals, because you can't have video, you can't have music without videos now. You know, the kids have messed it up. You know, they really messed it up.
You call yourself the Black Taylor Swift?
I never said I was the Black Taylor Swift, but maybe I did say that.
Some people.
In what context? I did say I was the Black Taylor Swift.
Okay, somebody said it.
Yeah, maybe I did.
All right, I'm going to ask you some Saturday Night Live questions.
Sure, I would, wait, let me put that in context, okay? Because when I said I was the Black Taylor Swift, I was talking about the music, and I was talking about, like, taking shots at folks in the music, but fun shots.
I get it.
Yeah. I'm not around here just with the Swift gang. I don't have a whole bunch of...
Am I easy to imitate?
Are you easy to imitate? I don't, Larry, I don't know. I haven't cracked you.
Okay, work on it.
Yes, thank you.
Some Saturday Night Live guests. Who was the funniest guest host?
I thought Peter Dinklage was hilarious. He was great, but Kerry Washington was amazing.
Really? Funny?
I thought she was funny. She just had it all.
Who was the most difficult?
Come on, man.
Okay.
Who was the most difficult?
Okay, you don't
guest?
have to answer.
I'll just throw out I might throw out a movie that they did a while back. It might be the most obscure reference, Virtuosity. There we go.
Person who made you the most starstruck?
Eddie Murphy and Sam Rockwell, my two favorite actors.
Yes, he's great.
Sam is amazing. He's to this day, when he did The Green Mile, what still makes me laugh is when he put that moon pie in his mouth and he holds it, and then homeboy walks past the cell and he just goes like this and he goes all over him. I don't know why, but that made me laugh so hard.
The cast member who made you break up the most?
I would say either Tim Robinson when he was a cast member, or Taron Killam used to do this Russell Crowe impression, and it made me laugh so hard. It's like, I am been on tip of my one. Like, it was so, it just made me laugh so hard. Every time he did, I'm coming for you, prisoner, dead on my one. Like, that was his Russell Crowe. I don't know why it sounded like that, but it was funny as hell to me.
Coming up, Jay Pharoah on Secret Talents, Trump, and what he'd like to change about the world.
Ooh.
More with the comedian right after the break. With Back with Jay Pharoah. He and Claire Foy are in Steven Soderbergh's thriller Unsane. It's in theaters now. What do you make of the state of American politics?
As far as, I mean...
Well, at first as a black man, then as just an American.
Yeah.
Or both.
I feel like Trump's got his work cut out for him. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. I feel like that's one of the most strenuous jobs to have ever, and I would not want to do it. He's got his work cut out for him, and hopefully some good comes out of the decisions made by people who did put him in there.
What was it like when he guest hosted? He wasn't the best guest host.
I mean, he was, you know what, man, Trump was Trump. He was just trumping it up, if that makes any sense.
Did you do any scenes with him?
We did. We did a Hotline Bling with him where he was dancing, which I think was the funniest part of the night. I know when that Hotline Bling, when he did that, you know. He's like, I like to sway my hips and my arms. It's fantastic, amazing. These guys are so talented. Jay, you're talented. Taryn, talented. Everyone, fantastic. But he says this to everybody, so I knew it wasn't special for me, you know.
We play a little game of If You Only Knew. You do not have to answer them.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
You have a secret talent.
I can quote Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, all 3 hours. I can do that. I don't know.
Wow. Guilty pleasure.
I like a woman with nice legs, and
I'm a leg man.
I'm a leg man. Thigh highs, they look great. Stockings, great.
Person you trade places with for a day.
Lil Yachty. You don't know who that is.
No.
He's a young rapper, but I'm just trying to figure out respect to his fan base, but how he got that big so quick, rapping like that. I want to know. I want to know the secret.
Comedian you trade places with for a day.
I would like to say Dave Chappelle.
Not bad.
I've got to see how his life is.
What keeps you up at night?
I don't know, Larry. I don't know. I sleep pretty well, but when I do have a problem or discrepancy, what does keep me up is just, I guess me making other people. If I've ever made somebody like sad from my action involuntarily, you know what I mean?
That would bother you.
Yeah, that would bother me.
Proudest accomplishment?
I would say having both of my parents on Ellen and the camera panning to them and me waving. That was a real proud moment for me.
Really, that's nice.
And them too here. They were like, oh, they are.
If you could speak to an animal, what animal would you choose?
Let's see here. I would choose a rat.
A rat?
That's right. I want to talk to a rat, and I want to know how this rat survives and how did they jump so far.
And what's it like to be a rat?
What's it like to be a rat? Does it smell?
Puts you down, everybody puts you down.
Yeah.
What never fails to make you laugh?
My dad and his crazy dances. My dad does these crazy pop dances to every family gathering.
Where do they live, your parents?
They live in Virginia, Chesapeake, Virginia.
Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yep.
Strangest job?
Burlington Coat Factory.
You worked for the Burlington Coat Factory?
I used to work for Burlington Coat Factory, and I was in the customer service department, and I would have to do layaways. And Larry, let me tell you, layaways are terrible, especially when it's just you doing them for everybody else.
People, they would buy a coat and pay something down and do a layaway.
Right, but they would have like 5 different carts full of stuff, people would, and I would have to bag it all up. It's terrible. F the layaway.
Best piece of advice you ever received?
Don't be afraid to fail.
Weirdest fan encounter?
The Will Smith Men in Black 3 premiere, fan walked up to me, said, hey, Jay, I just want to tell you something. I was like, what's up? Yeah, you have feminine butt cheeks. I was like, what? Feminine butt cheeks? That's weird. And she was like, no, I like it, but down there it's kind of womanly. And after that, Larry, I got on a treadmill and I don't have them anymore. So yeah.
You got a weird life, don't you?
I got a weird life of weird folks.
What annoys you?
People that are condescending. That is the worst. I can't take it. It's just it's bad.
One thing you'd like to change about the world?
I mean, come on, man. I would like the world to fast forward to 2020.
And get new.
Yeah, get new. Let's get some new spice in there.
Tell me something people don't know about you.
What do I want to reveal? I used to be in karate. I used to take taekwondo when I was younger.
Were you good?
Martial arts, I was real good. The one thing that stopped me when I was younger from continuing was me being afraid of not being able to break a board that I had to jump up and kick, because I was like, the board is pretty high. I don't know if I can jump that. But not even realizing when I was a kid that the dude probably would have just put it down a little bit and I could have broke it like that. And now, after years of thinking about that, I'm like, maybe I should return to it.
Jay will answer your many social media questions in our final segment. Unsane is in theaters right now, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
We're back with Jay Pharoah. Don't forget, Unsane is in theaters now, and we have some social media questions for you.
Sure.
Sawyer Ford 1. Men always talk about their favorite male comics. Who's your favorite female comic?
Let's see here. Wanda Sykes is hilarious. Very funny. There's an internet girl named Jess Hilarious. She's pretty funny. There's this. Oh my goodness. There's a few who are just good gracious. Who makes me really laugh, especially like in movies? I think Tiffany Haddish is funny. She's good. She's definitely good movies.
Ashley Lives 9. If you weren't doing comedy and impressions, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be at Burlington Coat Factory.
Go back there.
Maybe I'd be a manager or something by now. Maybe I'd be working corporate in the office. But man, those were my options. That's why I go so hard at this, because I'm not doing another layaway. You can forget that.
Megan Ross, any favorite sketches that didn't make it to the air?
On SNL, well, I would say there was a character at the table that me and Michael Caine worked on. I think Tim Robinson as well. It was like this fortune teller dude, and he talked kind of like this. Look, now everybody, now young man, now you ain't supposed to be talking to me like that. Like, people would call him up and they would curse him out for no reason because he was so nice. So that character I wish I could have played on SNL, but never made it to. Oh yeah, and Shock Obama, but well, that's a whole nother.
And when can we expect a Principal Fry movie?
A Principal Fry movie? I'm not sure. I mean, I could write it. I'm working on a Dewan one right now. I did that character one time, but I guess after the Dewan movie. So there's your answer.
Damian P. Gregory, have any of those you do impressions of seen the impressions, and how did they react?
A lot of folks have seen my impressions of them. Everybody was cool except for Shannon Sharp and Kanye. That's it. Everybody else is fine. Jay-Z is great. Like, I see Jay-Z, he's like, yo, what up, fake Jay-Z? Yeah.
Shannon Sharp didn't like it?
Shannon Sharp does not like my impression of him. But I think it's good, but maybe he don't like it.
Kanye West didn't like it?
Yeah, Kanye West did not. He just called me up and told me about himself, so I guess that's validity that maybe he had a problem with it.
Daniel Christopher Thomas, what did you do for your Saturday Night Live audition?
What did I do? Let's see here. 6 impressions, 2 characters. I did Will Smith, I did Jay-Z, I did Eddie Murphy, I did Chris Tucker, I did Stewie Griffin, I did Stewart from Family Guy. Oh yes, Stewart from Family Guy with his sexy parties. Yeah. So I did him doing something, and then 2 characters. It was this character called Barnabas Dunkley. It was like this freaking dude was too old working for this old computer company, and he was like a black dude, but he had like a Jewish accent. It's kind of crazy. And then Shock Obama, which was Barack Obama's subconscious, which never made it on.
And Will Smith, right?
And Will Smith was a tour guide? Yeah. But Will Smith is kind of a cheat because, vocally, I already kind of sound like Will, like now. You hear
That's
it, Larry?
Will?
Yeah, I'm just talking. Yeah. You see, it's just,
You know, I do everything to the extreme. You know, I go on Instagram. You know, Instagram is like Will's platform. You know what I mean? Like, I waited so long to not do it. Now I do it. And, like, can't nobody mess with me, Larry.
Jay, you're a delight. Great having you.
Thank you, man. Oh, that's no more questions?
That's it.
Oh, man.
Thanks to our guest, Jay Pharoah. Unsane is in theaters now, and you can find me on Twitter at King's Things. See you next time.
Yes.